This is Travis. You're at Tpull's Corner, and I have a viral infection that's a cough. So I may not be speaking for very long for much of this, but these are the two main cards that I built the deck around. Hope Esheim, Space-Time Anomaly. And what are they going to take? They take Space-Time Anomaly. Great. Another Evoke. Must be nice. And we may have helped them by getting rid of their land. And help them get something better. Let's get rid of Storm Chaser's talent. Can create a copy of the honor, right? Okay, they know everything we have, so let's get rid of the Rivers Lawbringer now. And I could draw a card. That's about all that I can do. They got 3 cards. And a nice way to refill their hand just now. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Is there anything they have that I like? Let me just bring back a 5/5. Really? Okay, well, I didn't win the way I expected to, but we'll take it. Okay, if I have to cough, I'll try and catch it in time and run away from the mic. This deck is called Life Mill. It's built around 2 copies of Hope Esheim. Because there are so many sets being released so quickly, I'm actually back to hoarding my wild cards. I'm not sure which cards I want the most. But since they're releasing them so fast, I don't have as much time to play with each one of them. So it kind of makes spending wild cards to get a particular card kind of worthless unless I'm really excited about a special card. For this, 2/2 Lifelinker. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards, or X is the amount of life you gain this turn. And then Space-Time Anomaly, total player, our target player mills cards equal to your life total. So we want to get our life total up and then mill their deck. 2 points about this deck. One is we don't know, because we don't have the information about what decisions were made when in Wizards of the Coast anymore. They're not publicizing this stuff. But they used to build sets along a timeline. They knew what was coming up. And if there was a card that was an interesting spell in one set, the designers would know what was coming before and after it. And they would seed something in another set right next to it that would synergize with it very well. The problem is, Hope Esheim is from Final Fantasy, which is Universes Beyond set. And when it was first being designed, it was supposed to not be part of standard legal. And now it's been lumped in with standard, and so we just don't know, for Edge of Eternities, did they design any one of these two cards with the other one in mind? Or were these going to be separate and they didn't realize that they were going to put these together? I have not seen them used together anywhere else, but granted, I haven't looked either. Bear with me for this video. Gatorade is my friend. Okay, so to help us out, I have one copy of Authority of the Consuls, so it goes in. Cures Farm Animals, lets me destroy artifacts or enchantments. Notice when it dies, I gain 3 life. Almost everything in here gains me life. 3 Healer's Hawks, great for evading, flying evasion. Ingenious Prodigy can be a card draw, enters with X +1/+1 counters on it, also can be blocked by creatures with greater power. At the beginning of your upkeep, if this creature has 1 or more counters on it, you may remove a counter if you do draw a card. So I could, if I got like 5 and a blue, I could make this a 5/6 creature and never draw with it, and just attack in with a 5/6. It couldn't be blocked by a bigger creature. Or I could turn this into a 4/5 the next turn that draws me a card. 1 copy of Brightblade Stoat for strike and lifelink. A couple of removals, Deadly Riposte, 3 damage, target tap creature, you gain 2 life. And Ariet's Lullaby, destroy target tap creature, you gain 2 life. When Outlaw Medic with lifelink, when it dies to draw a card. 4 copies of No More Lies for counter spells. 1 Inspiring Overseer, both life gain and card draw. Enduring Innocence, lifelink, and a way to get card draw. Alquist Proft, when it enters Investigate, this is from Karlov Manor. Legendary Human Detective, 3/3 with Vigilance. When it enters Investigate, so you get a clue. When you sacrifice the clue, you need 3, 2 blue, and 1 white, and then you need something more for the X. So if I have, say, 6 lands, I could sacrifice the clue, draw 3 cards, gain 3 life. Wheel Sign of Peace, Legendary Human Wizard, 2/4 with Vigilance. And you tap it, spells you cast this turn are white and or blue, cost X less to cast, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So if we gain some life, we could maybe cast another powerful spell, or at least 1 extra for the turn. 4 copies of Watcher of the Wayside, artifact creature, it's a golem. 3/2 when it enters, target player mills 2 cards, you gain 2 life, so it get mill and life gain all in 1 card. And over here I have Voyage Home, affinity for artifacts, so if I have an artifact on the field, it costs less, draw 3 cards and gain 3 life. These are the only artifact creatures I have, though. 1 board wipe, destroy all creatures. Again, life gain. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. 3 of the Flotsam Jetsam. I usually don't use Flotsam. I'm usually using Jetsam all the time. Mill the opponent for 3 cards. Then I can go through their entire graveyard, pick a card, and play it for free. You saw me use that, and we won. 3 copies of the Restricted Office Lecture Hall. Lecture Hall is great for giving every other permanent hexproof, and then when you unlock the door, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. We would lose Alquist Proft, and we would lose a Watcher of the Wayside. Excuse me. But we keep all of our lower strength animals. We'd keep Hope. We'd keep Will. So we keep most of them. 2 Restless Anchorage and 1 Demolition Field. And that is the Life Meal deck. The second note I would make is this is an entry in the Kaizen Evil playlist. For those of you who've been around a while, you know what that is. For you newer people, Kaizen is a Japanese concept based around the idea of improving things, just getting 1% better each day. It's usually used in the workplace to get the idea that maybe if you're an employee working at 70 or 75% efficiency, if you get 1% better over the next month, you get darn close to perfect. So we started the Kaizen Evil playlist with the idea that we would create the most evil Magic the Gathering deck we can make. And we get 1% better each time. We are at the 50% mark. We've got these big mill cards, which are somewhat evil. But lifelink is generally considered to be good. So I would say we've got a good 50-50 balance here. And from now on, if I'm doing my job correctly, our deck should be more good than evil, so to speak. So we have crossed that boundary of evil decks. And keeping true with the spirit of the Kaizen, we're going to try and just get nicer and better and more to the good. Nice, we gained 4 life. Got a couple lands, got rid of their board wipe. It's interesting to see all of these evasive angels. Let's see. Costs 1 more to cast. I guess we'll just do this one. Gain a life here. Get this in. See if they're just going to take 3 points or not. They do not. Only milling for 1 this time. Path to Redemption. That's good. Good that we got rid of it. See what they're willing to trade. Anything? Anything at all? Nothing. Alright. Now there goes all my Gatorade. I could have stopped that spell, but I have Deadly Riposte. They're not even attacking him. They gotta block someday, right? There we go. Big one? There we go. They were counting on that one, weren't they? They take it. I was bluffing. Let's bring this in. I can sacrifice that any time, right? I just need 2 open mana. What if they have a board wipe? Are we scared of that? That's a problem. What do we got? 38? We're starting to slow down here. We're not concerned about that at all. Do they feel comfortable enough to attack now? They do! Sweet. Okay. We will get rid of this. Gain 3 life. Attack for 2 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I do this? Activate ability. Bingo. Voyage home. 3 more life. That was nice. Get rid of Banner of Kinship. Get rid of these things. Excellent. Now what do we got left? 31? Oh. They didn't like that card, did they? Well, they're going to draw another card, right? It's all working out kind of nicely. Get rid of the Valkyrie. $25 cards. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you now have 5 turns in which to beat me. I do have a problem with Vigilance. My single removal spells only work on tapped creatures. Don't care about that. Yeah, let's do the board wipe now. They've got to be concerned I didn't cast a spell. I have 3 cards. Do they block? No. Okay, 3 turns left. Nice. It's a lot of damage. Sorry. I'm not quite getting it. And this is where we remind you that life is just a number, and it's not the end-all be-all in this game. They're going to start with more life than they ended. Well, they're going to end with more life they started with. I'm just going to pass the turn. They can only do 9 points of damage to me. Maybe 10. Oh, that's more. What was that, 13? It just doesn't matter. Final score? 38-8, and I'm the one who wins. That's right, you can't stop me even when I'm sick. was thinking about not recording this week because I'm feeling so lousy. I'm not sleeping well. But I figured I could not feel well and not do magic, or I could not feel well and record magic. We actually want to wait until we have something that helps us gain a benefit from having the life gain before we play our tap lands. But we're also keeping an eye on our more powerful spells, so we might not make it wait too long. I like getting a 3-drop down now. They should feel comfortable blocking since we're tapped out. And now the clue gives us an artifact. It makes Voyage Home cheaper. And they're doing the ramp. I think we do this now. Let's bring this down now. And attack. Ouch. Well, hang on. We can get rid of that now. Did they understand that properly? I get an island because I already have another plains. But also, they might not think of a counterspell if I've got wide access to Tentacle Clove, but if they see this, and they get distracted enough, maybe we can make good on the counterspell. And you need to spend 4 or more. We feel good just because we're getting to 6 lands and we can afford everything in our hand. That just makes me feel in a really comfortable spot. Plus, you know, we got rid of their mythic rare. That... we do not stop. They have another mana source there. There, that one goes away. Alright, life is good. They can still block safely. But our life total is going up. How many cards do we have? 45? We've got Space-Time Anomaly now. We're getting real close to using it. How many life gain can I get there? 3. Got a lot of good stuff in there. Excellent. That's lovely. Do they want to attack? They do! Do you get rid of the life linker or do you get rid of Proft? You get rid of the life linker. Okay. 37. Okay. You got 5 turns. None of this really matters now. They got 4 cards. There is nothing they can do. Swinging with the giant, please. It doesn't matter. Any creatures come in tapped. There's no way they can hit me for 37. Oh, let's take that one out. They actually don't have as much time as they think they do. They think they have 3 turns. They used what they got. Do you actually draw a card? They actually draw a card. Unbelievable. That does not help them. That gives me 1 more life point. They still have plenty of life. But I'm up to 42. I still feel a little evil, by the way. I have not encountered anybody else using these cards in this combination for as long as these 2 sets have been out together. Can you imagine if I had 4 copies of each? They can decide to get rid of you. There's always, you know, like land flooding or land starvation if you won too many times. They could not give you any of the mana you want for the right color. They could give you a battle against artifact creatures, which is a problem for us. They could do against all flyers. Let me just do no more lies here. Never mind. That's it. Come on. Not what I wanted. Interesting. Ouch. doubling season being out already means we really do need to counter the next things they put out. That's important. Alright, one more, no more lies. We got rid of the green source, so it was important they get another green source. They can do double green. And we feel better now. You hit me with your 0-4. That'd be great. They've got 2 mana, so they've got some instant. Wonder what they can do. They can't stop me from getting rid of doubling season. That's the important thing. Okay, what do we do here? I think we do this. This is nice. Let's gain some life now. Do we want to attack with that? No, we do not. I want to mill them for more stuff. I don't care about that. Ah. Interesting. They've got all these creatures. Half a dozen different creatures, but they're still willing to pack the board wipes in there. Again, I need more land to power up some of this stuff. Better. Game's kind of slowing down a little. No more lies. They can afford to pay for this, right? for now. Perfect. We are flooding out. That's fine. Mill your cards, expel the intruders, choose 0, get rid of 8 creatures, not including mine. Start over. 3 blind mice fizzles. Still flooding out with land, we don't care. We have enough for a lecture hall. Now we may care. That's just until end of turn. Well, that's a big problem. Seriously? I did mention they can make us lose any time by flooding us out or land starving us, right? Not enough. That would have been much more useful 1 turn ago. Is that indestructible right now? Let's gain 2 life. If we can. We still gain the life. Now their deck springs into play? After all that time? After all that time, and I waited, and I waited. And we flooded out. That was a ridiculous number of lands that I drew. And they just got exactly the cards they needed at just the right time. Ugh. I'm going to end it there. I don't usually like to end the video on a loss, but I'm feeling pretty lousy. Overall, I'm happy with the deck. Even only having 2 copies of Hope doesn't come up a lot. 2 copies of Space-Time Anomaly doesn't come up a lot. Still comes up often enough that I win quite a lot of my battles. You do have to watch out for all flyers. Sometimes that can be tough against us. And sometimes discard can get you pretty good. So those are some of our weaknesses. Go ahead. Sorry that I haven't been as talkative as I normally am. My voice, I can feel it's given out. So I would just say, like, subscribe, leave a comment, ask me any questions you want, and I'll have something different for you next time. And hopefully, I will be over this cough. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.